Processing.
I'm sorry. Try again.
Wow. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Melanie.
Hello.
All right. Yeah, I forgot to turn down, edit the audios down. Sorry, in that countdown timer. Boy, we got Solus in the countdown timer. We're going to have to get old Christine, get him back on here. He's still there.
Yeah, he is.
And I think she has Mita still, too.
Mita.
Yeah. So we have to get a hold of Christine, get her on the show. And boy, we got a big show going on here. So I can't yak too much in the beginning because we have Lolly. We have, oh boy, we've got a good looking girl we got to meet just before the show here. Man, she's good looking. She doesn't even look like a Pyr. Well, because she's a mix. She's one of the Mastiff mixes. You adopted some of those siblings out, didn't you, Jamie?
2 of them. Yeah, it was Delilah. Now it's Lila.
Lila. Gotcha.
Yeah, in Sunny Jim.
Okay. And Toby, our host, Krista, she has Toby. Now, they're all siblings, but they're from different litter. Now, Delilah and Toby was from the same litter, if I remember right. But Heart Gem, whom is down backstage right now, if you want to call it that, she's from a newer litter. So they're siblings, but just from different litters, same parents, though, from what I understand. So I heard the parents are spayed and neutered now, just so you know.
Yep.
All right. Wow. And then we want to welcome some more people in Utah at Mountain Mama's Pyrs and Pups rescue there, relatively new rescue. And actually we got co-founder down there that we'll bring up here shortly, but we want to jump on this right now. I want everybody to meet this girl, and she's just, man, I'll tell you, sometimes just like B, when you adopted B, that dog just did something, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, you adopted her.
Yeah.
But Heart Gem, she's Mastiff, Great Pyrenees mix, and we'll just let you meet her this way. We'll bring her up while this is playing. Oh boy, and there we are. And there's wow, we've even got one of the trainers there with us too, don't we?
Yep, this is Lena over here.
Hi, Lena. I saw you in a video. You're a star. Boy, I'll tell you what, though, I saw Lolly down there while we were playing this video, and she's one of my favorites. And it was hard not bringing her out. And And Snoopy, look at, wow, let's talk about her. What can you tell us about? Well, obviously, you can tell us stuff. She's a good looking girl. She looks big.
Yep, she's pretty big. She's 5 months old, up about 60 pounds, and we've had her for a couple months. She was really nervous when we first brought her home. She
Mhm.
was pretty afraid of people, but it only took a few days for her to warm up, and now she's pretty outgoing. She's happy to meet people on her walks, and um, she's playful. She's still has puppy energy, but she's not a very high energy dog. She's pretty chill at home.
So we have somebody asking, would Lolly get along with another dog? Is she a cat chaser?
So she gets along really well with in all the dogs that she's met so far, and she hasn't been around cats, so I'm not really sure about that.
I think she'll do okay with dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Now there is a couple of things that actually is impressive. There's two things she's still struggling with, right?
Yeah, she doesn't like car rides, although she's fine when she gets in there. It's a struggle to get her in and out. But I think,
Okay.
we just need to practice a little bit more and get her
Alright.
used to it. And she doesn't like her crate yet. I'm not sure
Okay.
if she will, but
Or maybe she's afraid of her crate.
it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. With a training tip of the day. If something yummy or good happens each time she gets into the car, she'll get better at getting into the car.
Yeah.
Yep. And but hey,
With
we
her
can't.
crate, we do give her pretty really good treats to go in her crate.
Okay. Okay. She's only 5 or 6 months old, so you can't do too much too soon.
Yeah.
So wow, what a girl! But you've had some help there with Scout, haven't you?
Yeah, I have 3 kids actually that help with her.
And a dog.
And a dog, yeah.
Not all dogs are mentors. Well, they are somewhat, but not like Scout, right?
Right.
He's
And
been doing well.
Harjum follows Scout around and pretty much copies everything that she does. So I think
Now,
she'll do well with another adult dog in the house.
yeah. Now her sisters are Delilah and Toby, and what's the other one's name? Jamie?
Star Jam?
Starjam. And but where they came from, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity for anybody to mentor anybody because they didn't get much socialization or anything.
Right. I think there were 8 dogs in the yard, and I think the family just wasn't able to really give
Well,
them.
yeah. I mean, they got a little overwhelmed, I think.
Yeah.
Well, look how well she's doing with Lena. That's her pal, huh?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what would be her perfect home, do you think?
I think she would like obviously another dog in the home, and just I think she'd do fine with kids or without kids as long as people are willing to spend time with her.
Oh, I don't know. It looks like kids are a requirement with her. So now she's going to get a little bit bigger, right?
She'll probably get quite a bit bigger.
So probably younger children, probably not the greatest idea to start with because of her
Probably not.
size. Might get a little
She might knock
clumsy.
him over, but she is really gentle.
Wow. Well, maybe I'm wrong too. We'll leave that up to the screeners, right, Jamie?
Yeah, that's right. How does she settle down into her crate when she's in there, or does she just fight it the entire time?
No, she's just very stressed the whole time, and just kind of drools and is anxious.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, the drooling thing is a stress thing. So
Yeah.
where did she sleep if she's not in her crate?
she sleeps in our bed with us.
There
Okay.
you go.
So she can be trusted to be out of the crate.
Yes.
Well, good.
I don't like to leave her, if nobody's home. But I've left her, if I'm going somewhere quick, I'll leave her out, and she's not real destructive. Every once in a while, she'll get a shoe, or if one of the kids leaves toys on the floor, but she hasn't destroyed anything so far.
Wow, cool. And she's a baby. Um,
Yeah.
Gretchen's talking about her siblings. They're big.
Oh, wow. 110
Yeah.
and 120. Wow.
Yeah, Toby, I believe, is 110, and Delilah was 120.
Yeah, they're big. I just
Yeah.
recently seen pictures of Delilah.
And by
She's
the
huge.
way, they were only 11 months old when they were weighed like that.
Oh yeah. I think she's on her way to that being that size. She gains about 3 pounds a week.
She's mellow, huh?
Yeah, she's really mellow.
And there were dogs. Snoopy was barking. My Zoe was barking, and she hasn't made a peep, except she barked at herself before the show.
Right.
Funnier than heck. Wow. So there you have it. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. Man, that's where whew, Heart Gem is. She calls her Jemmy, right?
Yeah,
Or
we call
Gemma?
her Jemmy or Gemma.
Okay, there you go. I can remember that one. And I can understand she lives up to her full name, doesn't she? Heart Gem.
Yes, she's a sweetheart.
All right. Wow.
I think
Thank
you're
you.
all the whole litter is just sweet dogs, I think.
Yeah. Mastiff Great Pyrenees. Ain't that something? I think somebody said one of them felt they had a little bit of Akbash mixed in there somewhere, and it's hard to say. But boy, look how well the Mastiff, depending on which one, most of them are just big, goofy, clumsy dogs. All right. And wow, boy, she's gorgeous. Man, oh man, is she gorgeous.
Yeah, Gretchen said the mom and dad were really sweet too. So
Wow.
it's a whole clan.
Well, there you have it, man. The director of Great Pyrenees Rescue Society was telling me here a couple of weeks ago that they've got a whole run of who didn't want this dog type dogs. Okay, some good dogs are in rescue right now. Now's your time to get your applications in. You don't want to miss out. And there's one of them right there. So, wow, it's awesome. Thank you so much for fostering, and you're doing great. But I think that's pretty impressive. Only 2 little things going on, and one of them's not that big of a concern yet anyway. So,
Yeah,
not
I
bad.
think she's pretty good puppy.
Yeah. I mean, everybody always remember that you chase puppies around. I tip my hat to all puppy fosters because you chase them around, don't you? Because you got to keep them safe, and they get into everything. All righty. So, wow, thank you. So I don't remember what you had said. You can stay up, or do you have to go, or what do you want to do?
I can stay up.
All right, we'll move you on over to the side, and we're going to move on. This next dog, we've had her on before. I kind of like this dog too, but she's a pocket peer. No offense there, Jemmy, but our next one's a pocket peer, and they're kind of cool. And she kind of doesn't fit the mold of a typical pocket peer because, man, all the ones I had met, it seems like the smaller they are, the more dynamite they can cram into them, it seems like, and the higher energy they are. But Lolly doesn't seem to have that same situation. It's not a bad thing. You can't call it anything bad, but a lot of energy. But she is starting to get older, and don't forget, she's not getting any younger. And so we're going to play her video, and we're going to bring up Miss Lolly. And as soon as I find her video, it's up here somewhere. It actually came out pretty good. It's an updated video. There it is. All right, man, I got a lot of stuff right there. All right, here we go. Wow, there we are. Well, hi there, Melissa. Long time no see. How you doing? Say something. See if we can hear you.
Her mic is muted.
Yeah. Oh, you're muted. That's why. Okay. I can't unmute you if you muted it.
Okay,
There we go.
there we go.
Much better. Much better. Much better. There she is. That's my girl. So you said not much, not a lot has changed since she was on back in July, has there?
Not a lot has changed. She is
A few months older.
super sweet. She seems more confident now that she's been with us for July, August, September, about 3 months. So she's
Okay.
been for 3 months.
Cool.
And, we're both, both know each other pretty well now. We're comfortable with each other, and she follows me everywhere I go. And right now I have a treat, so she's not leaving my side.
Well, that's kind of perfect because everybody would like to see her. She's beautiful, classic looking.
Pocket Pyrs?
Jamie asked, she's a pocket Pyr?
Yes, she's a
Oh,
pocket.
she looks, for some reason, she's beautiful.
Well, either that. So you must be what, 5'1", Melissa?
I'm 5'6".
It's the camera angle is what makes it.
Yeah,
look
maybe.
Yeah.
good. Now she's got a big bark though, doesn't she, for pocket Pyr?
There's her whole body. Let's get your whole body in here.
Wow. She looks like my Sasha. My Sasha's a Kulaz. Which makes you think they're pocket Pyrs.
But
Boy,
she's
she's
a good
beautiful.
girl.
Just look at her. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now she hasn't needed her crate in a while now, has she?
No, she sleeps on the floor. She likes to try to get on the bed and the couches. Sometimes, we're like, okay, that's fine. But her fur gets everywhere.
Well,
You have to
yeah,
have a
she's
good
great.
lifting brush.
She is a great Pyrenees. If I don't have fur in my food, I send my plate back.
Yeah. You have to watch out for her. If you leave anything on the counter, she's even jumped up boldly on we have a counter height dining table that she has jumped up there and just stole food. When you walk to the kitchen to go get a glass of water, then your hamburger's gone.
That's good to know, because that is a self-rewarding behavior.
Yeah.
That can be a challenge, and chances are pretty good you inherited that when you brought her in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong, nobody's at fault when you have a counter surfer because we're not rewarding it. They're rewarding themselves. So,
Yeah.
And it can be addressed, but the perfect way to address that is make nothing up there, take the rewards away. If there's no reward, she'll stop doing it eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We tried to put a little barrier for her and say, hey, you don't cross this line.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yes, with the blue tape.
Yeah, blue painter's tape. Always remember, Great Pyrenees can see blue, and they need visible boundaries. And they make this tape, this blue painter's tape, that doesn't have heavy glue on it. When you pull it up, it's not going to leave glue on your floor. So,
Right.
And there's your visible boundary.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So how does she ride in the car? Does she like going places?
She does. And I take her on a car ride, a few times a week. Not anything long, but she likes to, put her paws up on the little console, and she likes to have her head right next to my head. Like, where are we going? Look out the front window.
Well, at least she doesn't try to drive. Don't let her drive. She doesn't have any thumbs. She can't hold the steering wheel.
She tried one time, but then we said no, that's not a good idea.
All right. So I'm going to let Jamie take over here, and I'm going to shut up for a second.
No, I'm just kidding. Where are you located?
So I'm in Houston, Texas.
Okay, you're in Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have another dog?
I don't. We had her. She was hanging out with my mom's. She had a Shih Tzu that unfortunately just he went to doggy heaven last week. So he was very old, and he was blind and deaf, and he was very he wasn't very active. But she was so gentle with him. I would say, let's go check on Raffy. And then she would go and just kind of sniff Raffy, but maybe paw him real gently a couple times. But she never, she never did anything too
Okay.
painful to hurt him. So,
Cool.
So
Wow.
how old is she?
pardon?
How old is she?
She's 2.5.
Okay. And she's about other dogs. Has she been around any other
Yes.
dogs besides the little one?
She has. So I took her out to a little festival last week. The weather finally cooled off. So here in Texas, we really hibernated this summer because it was so hot. It was too hot for their paws. So, I had to exercise her a lot in the backyard. So we finally got some decent weather where we could manage being outside. I took her to a festival where a lot of other people had dogs, big dogs, small dogs, and she did very well around the dogs.
Great.
Awesome. Wow.
And she also
Cool.
does well on walks. So we've been going on walks now as well that it cooled off. We'll just walk.
And how does she do on the leash?
She does so good. I'm so impressed with her. She doesn't pull. If she does start pulling a little bit or going a little bit faster than my pace, I'll just say, "Hey, come here," and she'll circle back and come to me. She listens really
Wow.
well.
Wow.
She's a good walker. She's a really good walker.
There you have it. And she's not getting any younger. Get your apps in, Jamie. She's a screener right there. You never know who's going to get the app, but she's not getting any younger. And that's kind of like what the video said. She's shaping up into the perfect pocket peer mix.
Does she
Except
need
we-
another dog or can she be an only?
She could definitely be an only. I think she would enjoy another dog. I haven't had her around anybody else long term except for my mom's little dog Raffy, which, like I said, he was very, very docile. He wasn't active at all. So I don't know how she would really, if she would enjoy constant doggy companion or not. But
Wow.
but
Krista's on there. She said that Lolly's coat is beautiful.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
I'll tell you, the last time you were on back in July, I think it was, and she kind of did it. I tell you what got me is her video, it shows her a video of her just sitting there blinking. That video just got me. That's why I left it in. That is an updated video, everybody, because it's been a few months since she's been on, and really wasn't a lot to update because she's still the same good girl she was back in July, huh?
Yes.
Big bark. So they take notice. She looks like she's going to have a big bark.
She does. She likes to bark. She likes to bark at the fence when the neighbors' dogs are out.
Wow. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's all at. Anybody have any final questions before we move forward with Utah? Before we get Utah up here? Okay. All right. Let's not all talk at once here. So I guess I'll dead air. So Melissa, thank you for I bet you she's just a joy to have around, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Good
But
girl.
we got to get her adopted so Melissa can foster another dog. Just make her just like that one. So we hope you can help with our Christmas show coming up. That would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. So there you have it. There's another indicator. There might be something coming up. So, okay, let me get you. Can you stay for the rest of the show, Melissa?
I could stay for a little bit longer.
Okay. All right. Because next up we have co-founder of a new rescue in Utah. I think I'll ask her for sure when they started it up, and how they did it is an interesting story too, because I think it's cooler than heck. I don't have a video I do have a video to introduce her with. I'm just going to bring up. Hi, Ashlie.
Hi, Steve.
This is Ashlie. You are a co-founder of Mountain Mama Pyrs and Pups.
That's right. Yeah.
And you do all breeds though, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
So everybody deserves a chance to live.
Right. Anyone in desperate need, we're trying to help. We have 55 moms and pups right now.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's a lot for a newer rescue.
Right.
Let's see. When did you guys start that rescue?
We started in July.
July. And how did that happen?
Well, my girlfriend and I were trying to help dogs that were code red, desperate in need, Texas a lot, New Mexico, and here. And I had worked with Carol at GPRM for quite a long time, and we got a really wonderful opportunity in a land donation and needed to have our own 501c3 in order to take that donation.
You got a land donation.
Right. So we want to do, we still don't, it's not finalized or anything yet. We're still working on it. There's easements to go through and stuff with the county and all that, but we want to have a sanctuary facility where like Judy Dole's.
Right. Absolutely. That's the Pyrs Rescue and Sanctuary in Colorado. She supports the show also.
Yeah.
Wow. Ain't that something? So you'll have a kennel facility and they don't ever have to leave if they become unadoptable.
That's right. Yep.
By the way, remember my old saying I used to have, unadoptable is unacceptable?
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, and you've proven that. I mean, we had some dogs that we worked together with, and they were eventually adoptable.
Misha was a handful. She was an Akbash. She went through a lot. She was a handful, but she's adopted.
She's adopted and has a great life. And Teddy, who we sent to Judy, was going to go to Ears and ended up with Judy and got a great home.
And Judy got him adopted quickly too.
Yeah, she did.
And he was thrown out of their state.
He was. Yeah, he was.
Animal control said he had to leave their state.
Uh-huh.
You want to know why? He was accused of something he had never done, and he probably never would. Right? Is that close?
That's pretty close. Yeah.
He was taught that what they had done, the reward, and this is very interesting because I've shown a couple of law enforcement canine trainers this. You don't have to torture the dog to get him to bite. You make the bite the incentive. Well, they taught him to grumble, growl, show teeth, whatever it is, to get his reward. That's what it was. Well, if you're not that person that taught him to do it, you're going to, misunderstand it.
Right.
Which is what happened. He never bit anybody. So
no, he was the most gorgeous dog I've ever seen too.
Yeah,
I mean, he was just spectacular looking.
He got exiled from the state of Utah.
Yeah,
so,
he did.
Not that impressive though, because remember last week we had Naomi on. So they're allowed to shoot dogs in Utah. Remember?
Yeah, we're not impressive. We definitely are not.
Right. So and that's why we had Naomi on, and we did the video and share the video. Anybody that sees that video of Naomi, share it, get it out there, because that's how you're going to change the laws, is make people aware of them. All right. So get animal welfare onto some politicians' list, their priorities somehow, and the best way to do that is make them popular. If they're popular, they're going to jump on it. All right. So anyway, now so you've got here's something that you don't know about, because you were a little bit late getting here. You sent me a video, and I think we're hoping that we may have some upcoming dogs coming onto the show, don't we? What can you tell us about them?
So my dear friend Chris, who runs the Akbash Rescue in Colorado, she lives up by Steamboat, and they have a lot of sheep ranchers up there, and a notorious rancher up there agreed to surrender these 4 babies. Actually, originally it was 5, and then he took one out and rehomed it. But he agreed to surrender those 4 babies to us. And Chris called me and said, "Do you have room?" And I have no. So
that's why you got over 50 dogs.
That's right. That's why I have litters everywhere. So we have a wonderful foster. I'm sure you remember Ellen McMaster in Washington.
I do. Absolutely. She does the work.
So I got my first ever successful Pilots and Paws flight out of Colorado.
Wow.
I know, it was a big deal. I have tried so many times. I had a mom and pups come up from Texas, and I tried for 2 weeks. And I mean, that was my first one. And so Chris put him on a plane and flew him here. And then we did a ground transport from here out to Ellen.
Right. And if anybody,
do you foster out here all the time in the Pacific Northwest?
No, I mean, Ellen does. I just have Ellen.
And she's in Eastern Washington.
Yes, she's in. She's
The
by
Fayette
the
area?
river.
She's out. She's over near the Pure Bliss Farm.
Yeah, she's. It starts
In
with
Did you
a
say
Spokane
P.
Hood
area.
River? Did you
I'm
say
sorry.
Hood River?
She's close to Hood River. Yeah.
Yeah, that's near. Yeah, I'm in Washington State. I'm right across the river from Hood River. Just
Oh my gosh,
down,
you could go see my puppies.
yeah, just down the Columbia River. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
All
they're
right,
so they're all
Jamie,
boys.
that's Ashley. Ashley, that's Jamie.
Hi,
Hi.
Jamie.
What I'll do is I'll send you guys an email, and that way you're. Oh no, Jamie has your email
Oh,
because
yeah.
I forgot
Yep.
to copy her on your link that I sent to you. And so I forwarded it to her. She's
Oh my
co-host.
God,
for-
those puppies are so cute.
They're so cute. So they had been spray painted, like the ranchers spray paint them. You can see the blue stripe there on. That's Ranger.
Wow.
And the other ones had pink, but the pink washed off and the blue didn't for some reason.
Wow. Now this video was taken when they arrived at Ellen's.
No, it was just a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
So they've been there. They got there last? Well, they haven't been there that long. They got there on Thursday, I believe.
Okay. Pilots and Pulse. For those of you who don't understand, it's a procedure. You can't just pick up the phone and call Pilots and Pulse.
Oh my gosh, it's hard.
It's
It's hard.
it's a procedure to you get that free flight, but it's free. So
Well, we actually had it arranged all the way to Washington. I had some wonderful coordinator help me, and we had flights all the way, and then the weather got bad, so we could only get them part way. So they came from Steamboat to here to Utah, and then we did ground from Utah to.
okay.
Washington.
I got confused. I thought the puppies came out of Texas.
No, I have another litter from Texas.
Okay, I guess got confused. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, you pull from everywhere, and including Utah, right?
Right.
So now there are two Great Pyrenees rescues, although you do other breeds, but you do mostly you get Great Pyrenees in, right?
That's correct. And we all work together, GPRUM and Rebecca and all those guys. And I mean, we were all together, we were cohesive, but when we got the land donation, we just had to, start our own. And then we didn't intend to really take dogs at first. We were going to get our sanctuary up and going and take emergency dogs. But my sister lives in Missouri, and Missouri is hard. And she's on my board. And so she'd call and say, hey, this mom and pups just got dumped in a hole out by me, and they tried to bury them. Can we take them? And I have no. So I, again and again, and now I have puppies everywhere.
Right. There are some hard states. Texas, man, they're just so fast. Okay.
Right.
There's not enough rescues in the country to converge on Texas to even make a difference. All right.
Right.
Utah,
And-
you have a different set of problems. Okay.
Exactly. And the lady that did the LGD coordinating down there just retired. So
Wait a minute, Blue Bonnet, is that who you're talking about?
she was with Blue Bonnet. Yeah.
Oh no.
So she reached out on a death row dog through Chris, again, the Akbash Rescue. So I got my first Texas dog. And then once your name is in Texas, then they're like, hey, we got these and we got these and we got these. Right. So it kind of one thing happened.
And Texas has a few rescues. You got naturally Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. You've got TAG. You've got
TAG. Yep.
Texas Great Pyrenees Rescue. I don't know what's going to happen to Blue Bonnet, if it's even the same person. You're not 100% sure. But Blue Bonnet, they actually place working dogs also.
Right.
If they have a working dog in. Okay.
Right.
So Texas has got quite a few, and then there's some I probably don't even know about, but they're there. But everybody, just like Utah, you got two rescues, and you're both bulging at the seams.
Right.
So
yeah,
and that's just a shame. I mean, this is a world apparently where culture is now. Well, get rid of the big white dog first.
Well, I mean, I feel like we need a national campaign for spay and neuter.
Yeah.
I feel like
one
of us needs to start our own, foundation for just advocating for spay and neuter and nothing else, because nothing else is going to stop the problem.
Yeah. And there is a big problem in this country, isn't there?
I don't remember, and I've been fostering and helping with rescue for 20 years. I don't ever remember it being this bad.
And that's what Melissa said. And And that's what everybody, Carol, that's what she has said. All the
Yeah.
rescue folks, they said they've never seen it this bad in this way.
Right.
And they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel either.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, no.
spay and neuter is a good place. That's probably about the only place to start. You got to start with the AKC. Sorry, AKC. Well, you can't show altered dogs for the AKC.
Right. That's correct. Yeah. You're right.
So it kind of starts there, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Because when I was with the other rescue, they got in AKC dogs. So they are part of the problem. And sometimes they get used as a scapegoat too. Wow. So now you had a friend down south or somewhere that you adopted her mother, didn't you?
Right. Yes. So I
Her
worked with,
mother-in-law, which was out of your service area, granted.
correct. But I had worked with her for years. Well, I used to foster for a rescue here called Rescue Rovers, and she would coordinate all the transports up from New Mexico. So she would pull the dogs, she'd get them health certificates, she'd coordinate the transports. So I've known her for a very long time. And I was reached out to, again, through Chris in Colorado, about a beautiful Akbash that needed to be rehomed because he lived on a homestead with 8 children. And they had secure fencing, but the fencing wasn't secure to the 8 children. So gates would get left open. And
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. And he's so friendly. He just kept going on walkabouts to the neighboring homesteads. And one of the neighbors was not appreciative of his visits. And
he's a young man back then too, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was a puppy, still is.
Right. Yeah. So the neighbors were like, if you don't get a handle on this dog, we're going to shoot it. And I guess that's the go-to here in Utah and Colorado. And so Chris called me and she said, hey, can you please take this dog? And my friend from New Mexico said, my mother-in-law needs this dog. And so we sent Pickles all the way to
the
Connecticut.
East Coast, all the way to the East Coast.
Uh-huh. Which was a huge, nothing I would have ever done, except that it was for my good friend. And, we just thought it would all work.
You were comfortable.
Yeah, I was very comfortable. Yeah. My whole family's coming home.
I see that.
Yes, I have dogs coming, honey. Thank you. So anyway, long story short, he was doing great there and everything was wonderful and getting along. Hi, dogs. Hi.
And then she got injured, the adopter.
Yeah, she shattered her ankle and she was 74 or something.
I thought she was, I think 72 maybe.
Oh, 72. Yep, you're right. And she just couldn't manage and she lived alone. Her husband had just passed away. So then here I have a dog in Connecticut I have no contacts there. I have nothing. I begged my friend Steve to please, could you take him in? And he agreed to foster him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, there was a little more to that, but she couldn't get him back to Utah. And then they started worrying about the adopter's daughter or somebody that there was use. I read that they're afraid he's going to put him in a shelter possibly. And well, here's an Akbash in Connecticut. Well, that's out of place to start with right there. And he's young and they don't know what to do with guardians anyway. And he wouldn't have had a good ending at his age. He's only 14 months old now, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so I asked her, can't get him to Utah. Can you get him to me and get him safe? And so I brought in a foster for a rescue I didn't even know was around. I didn't realize it. So I thought it was with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Utah, Montana. That's where I thought it. And when you told me, oh, no, because I asked you. And so I fostered, a month ago, yesterday, I think it was, I got him.
Yep.
And last week, we kind of forgot how to foster, apparently, or we suck at fostering because I adopted him, me and my wife. So he never has to leave here. And that's what he looks like. He's young, and I tell everybody, all seniors, man, you don't have any business with a puppy because you're going to have to chase the puppy around. Apparently, I don't know how to practice what I preach. All right. And because, yep, chasing puppy around. And he's got talent too now, make no mistake. Oh, boy, he knows how to open up my double sliding doors on one of my sheds and then take everything out and kind of occupy himself. All right.
So we were blaming the kids. Maybe he was just letting himself out all the time.
Well, we kind of early on when I first got him, before we integrated him with the other dogs, we were teaching him to put his toys back into the toy basket, and he conquered that in just a couple hours. All right, and so he also needed a job, so he's got a snuffle mat, and that is a job, by the way. That's
I love snuffle mats.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to get some of those.
Yeah, it kept him busy 7 minutes. 7 minutes before he got that last training treat out of there. All right.
Nice.
One of the and depends on what you put in there. Some dogs will appreciate it with their kibble. None of mine will, including Pickles. All right. So they don't care for the kibble, but I've seen them do it. But he's not spoiled at all. Well, yeah, I give him breakfast in bed and I hold the bowl for him.
Right.
All right. I don't know what to say.
He hit the jackpot.
He loves this stupid little stuffed thingy it's got a squeaker in it. And then as it turns out, it's not the stuffed thingy, it's the squeaker he loves, just like any other puppy. All right.
I don't know how many times, Steve, you said you would never get a puppy.
I know it. I don't. Apparently, I can't practice what I preach.
Never say never, man.
Oh, make no mistake. Well, he's making me tired. I'm chasing the puppy. He is extremely curious. All right. Now, it took us about 3.5 weeks to actually integrate him with the dogs that are on this side indoors. It wasn't him. My dogs weren't ready. My resident dogs, and those of you that know me know I have a Kuvaz, and I have a 10-year-old senior Great Pyrenees. And she was half of a bonded pair, but Charlie passed away a little over a year and a half ago, and she was never the same. Well, this boy brought life back into her, and we think there's a possibility that he sees Charlie in Pickles, that Zoe does, and I'll tell you, it's so much fun to see Sasha being so happy playing until she's done, and then she'll put him in his place quickly. Oh, she's a real bear here, okay? She's a Kuvaz. What do you expect? But he's been a good boy, and he learns quickly, and I'm starting to teach him to put stuff back in the shed. He's not picking it up on it as fast as he did the toys is all, because it's cold outside right now, and he doesnn't like getting cold.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he does not like getting cold. That's okay. I have a Great Pyrenees that doesn't want to get her feet wet.
And he was in the mountains in Colorado. He was in a very.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked the mountains.
Yeah.
There's that possibility too. By the way, you can let the adopter know that all of that itching is now left. Remember, he was eating his own skin off. He was so itchy. And we got lucky. We just changed the food, and that takes it. If you have a dog with some food allergies, number one common food allergen is wheat. All right. Number two is the protein source. Well, we feed a different food, and apparently, or the region. We also changed regions for environmental allergies. So we had two things that changed, and he's no longer itching at all.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Boy. And he sleeps with my wife and spoons her. I get the couch. Not room for all of us.
Oh boy.
Well, we're okay with that.
Yeah, I was just.
I get Sasha out there then my Kuvaz. And Zoe goes back and forth, and Austin's next door still. Right now, the gate's open. Everybody is doing zoomies, and Austin's come back to life. And well, you have to when you have a puppy. Okay.
Yeah.
Ask anybody that has a puppy; they'll tell you, especially Callie and when Melissa first got Lolly was young. Well, not that young. 2 still, believe it or not, Pyrs are late bloomers. All right.
Yeah.
A male Great Pyrenees, they're not considered to their adult personality until right around 3. So, but anyway, there you have it. If you want me to foster, I suck as a foster, just so you know.
Do you have a network in Utah, Ashlie, of fosters?
I do. Yeah, we
That's
do.
good.
I mean, overwhelmed, but yes, we do. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'll never forget Bear. Remember Bear?
Me? Of course I remember Bear. Yeah.
Bear was on the show once, and I always ask people if they can stay up. I even did it way back then. I think that was what, 2018 back. Is that when that was?
Yeah.
But the show's
Maybe.
been going on technically since 2016. This show, okay, just different names. It's evolved. But Ashley was on with Bear, and what I had said, he slept through the whole show.
He did.
Yeah, his dog slept through the whole show, and I told her, I says, well, we'll just leave you up that way. Or I think I was taking y'all down back then. And I says, that way, if the dog does something cute, well, like move or breathe or something, then we can bring you back up. But he slept through the whole show.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Misha, though. She is I wish if you ever talk to that adopter, let her know that I'd like to get Misha on the Wall of Fame on my website, just so you know.
I talk to her all the time. You know
well,
how
let her
attached I was
know.
to that girl.
Yeah. I believe she's a vet that adopted Misha.
It was what?
I believe that Misha's adopter's a veterinarian, isn't she?
She's a nurse and her husband's a surgeon.
Oh, okay. So not in dog area. Oh, well, close enough.
Yeah. You're thinking of Zeus. Zeus's adopter is a veterinarian.
All right. Well, for whatever it's worth, I prefer to go to my vet over my doctor because I think my vet would do a better job on me. So, but anyway, wow. So Mr. Snoopy's getting a little boisterous.
Well, actually, that's Cassie making all the noise right now.
That's not even Snoopy. Okay.
No,
So are we going to feature? So we're going to feature Cassie too? Get her adopted?
Cassie is not available.
Wow. Okay, we'll give Melanie a second. Actually, you're doing great. Thank you that's amazing, your rescue. What kind of time frame are you hoping on your property to develop?
Gosh, well, we thought it would be done by now, but
so this is so you got to get started on it yet, right?
Right. So it's in a pretty remote area up above Park City, which is great for us because then we don't have the sound issues and all that type of thing. But it's landlocked for all intents and purposes. And so we're trying to get an easement to the easiest way to access it.
To where you don't have to buy a snowmobile with tracks on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
like what Shelley and them use to take food up to the dogs that get left in the mountains.
We do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of the things they do in Utah, everybody, is when they bring the livestock down, if the dogs don't happen to follow them, they just leave them. Okay. Well, they don't want them to die, so they'll take food up to them. Now, they're in Utah. And if anybody's ever been to Utah, that's probably a 10-hour day just to take some food up there. Just so, especially if snow's on the ground.
Well, in that particular year, Steve, that you're referring to, that dog was found by some elk hunters living off an elk carcass. And they were up there on snowmobiles. And the man who found him, our snow conditions were so volatile that year, he wouldn't let anyone else go up. And he took food every week. We bought a bag of food a week, and he snowmobiled in very scary avalanche-prone conditions to take food to that dog all winter. I mean,
well, no, I've seen Shelley up there and Sarah up there often. I've seen pictures.
Yeah. So, I mean, thank God for our wonderful, kind-hearted volunteers, right?
So those dogs just stay up there? Like nobody tries to go get them and bring them down? Or
no, they try, but it's illegal in that state. You can't go get that dog if there is a flock within 100 miles.
Yeah. 100 miles?
You get charged criminally as a criminal.
Because they're I miss it, but they're considered livestock there, aren't they?
Right.
Yes.
The dogs?
Yep.
Right.
Oh my God, that's so horrible. It gives me chills.
It's sad. And so now that the sheep have come down, any of the females that whelped over the summer have puppies, so they wouldn't have followed. Like Carrie and I, my rescue partner last fall got called up a town close to us to come get puppies that had been left on the mountain. Like it just happens all the time.
Wow, pretty soon they're going to think you're a breeder, not a rescue.
Yeah.
Oh,
Except
wow.
all my dogs will be fixed, so that takes the wind out of the breeding thing, right?
So in Utah, I mean, that's also physically demanding at times too. Well, it is with any rescue, but I mean, Texas, they don't have to walk 5,000 feet straight up to get to the dog.
Yeah.
They got to walk 5,000 miles flat, but still, it's hard.
Right.
Either way,
Well,
it
and
doesn't
they're
matter.
usually found by people that are up there, right? Like we're not up there looking, but they're found by hunters. They're found by snowmobilers or backcountry skiers or something like that.
Right. And these aren't, I mean, these areas she's talking about, these aren't cities. I mean, this is a trek.
Yeah.
So the owners of those dogs just don't care if they don't follow them, like you said. They just leave them there, and they don't.
Livestock. They're
They
livestock.
just end up getting more dogs,
So-
and then
Well, they have to. Yeah, they need guardians. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll leave them up there and don't care. And they'll have more next year, right? Ashlie?
Well, they don't spay and neuter, and they don't. So our big push when Tina was still involved with the coalition was to get some sort of tracking. And there are some ranchers that ear tag them, so they do get a count. But some sort of tracking, some sort of accountability for how many go up and how many come down, and then obviously spay and neuter, so they're not just free breeding up there, and the females aren't left to just fend for themselves when the flock goes down and the guardians go with them. And these puppies that we found last year, or last fall, the female, we could catch her. She ended up going down to the base camp where the sheep were, and we had no way to get her.
Wow. Now, in France, in September, when they bring the dogs off the mountain, that's when they have that big dog show and that big parade. I believe that's when I have to double check that for sure. Was Jane? She went there, and she went to Jane with Indie Great Pyrenees Rescue. They support the show, but they bring them off the mountain because, contrary to popular belief, they can't sustain that cold weather. You know, they may have all that fur, but look at their pads once. Bring no fur. Think about that. So,
Well, and what's the food source, right? I mean, they
and what's their food source? Okay. And by the way, in France, at least the ones I know of, they go into climate-controlled barns.
Yeah.
Climate-controlled barns in France. But up in the mountains, when they're doing their job, no, that is not. But always remember, their predators are like mountain lions, right? Bears. So they do a good job. I've got an article, and this is just a little tidbit. We got to get to Snoopy. Some hikers ventured onto a farm and ran up to pet dogs, big white dogs, and somebody got bit. The country stepped in because those dogs are protected in France. And what they did was educated the people, and the dogs went back to work. That's what happens in France. I have an article for that. I kept that article. Now, the article is only 2 years old now, so that was recent. Their dogs are guardians, and if we go up and do something and we get bit, that's not on the dog. Because if you look at it through the dog's eyes, we're a predator, and he got attacked. So just like that right there. Melanie must be a predator. She looks like she's being attacked to me.
Obviously.
That's one floppy dog you got there.
He
Thank
is
you,
being
Ashlie.
very
Yeah.
floppy today.
We're gonna have to get together and get some of your puppies on, although almost seems like a waste because puppies will go quick.
I hope that you're right, because I have a lot of them.
Well, you never know. I hear adoptions are down at all rescues.
Yeah.
You can send
I
more
mean-
puppies this way. I'll foster puppies. I love fostering
There
puppies.
you go.
I'm going to take you up on that.
There you go. I mean, you can't hardly miss. I forgot to bring this up too, Ashley. Your logo is cool. Hell, I lost it. It's here somewhere anyway. When I see it, I'll pop it up. I lost it.
It's right above your head.
Well, that too, but I actually brought it up in the overlay. There it is, right there.
Oh, that's cool.
It is. I had to, and I didn't get a chance to tell Ashley. I had to change the lettering because the black that it's supposed to be, you couldn't see it in the background, the grass. You couldn't see it, so I had to make it a different color just for that. Sorry,
Love
it's
it.
her logo. She's gonna come out and beat me up, and I got to stop getting beat up by girls. Sorry, Melanie. Look at his mouth.
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Grace.
The Pyrs.
There they are. There's the
Hey, he's
teeth.
got good looking. He got white teeth. There's no tartar or anything.
Oh,
So
so he's
cute.
young. We think about a year and a half.
All right.
And when he's not running around barking at nothing in the backyard, this is his favorite thing to do is snuggle.
And this is good because your husband's out working, and while he's gone, you definitely got protection with your giant breeds.
Anyone who tried to come to my house would be terrified. There he is with his upside down heifers.
That looks like a standard view here, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh, he thinks this couch is his.
All right.
That's so cute.
Well, there's no thinking about it. Just ask him. He'll tell you that couch is his.
Yep.
Look at that. See, right there.
Yep.
So
His couch.
I'm gonna, Jamie. Do you have any questions about Snoopy? Because you are a
Right,
screener.
you've had him for a while, right?
Well, again, yeah.
Yeah, he's been back and forth a little, but we got him the beginning of August. And right now, so I've kind of mixed availability on how often I can foster. So whenever I'm available right now, I'm taking him because this is where he's most comfortable and most at home. And he's just the best boy, aren't you, Snoopy?
And we're gonna
So
play
he's
his
going with
video
somebody
as our
else?
exit today.
Are you co-fostering with somebody?
So he goes back right now. He's going back to headquarters whenever I have to be away or can't have him, and then he's very happy to come back. So Melissa and I are sharing him,
Her and her husband
and there's his bark.
that has her husband out of town for a while, and when he comes back, he likes to take her places. He doesn't take her out to dinner. He takes her to Belize, stuff like that. I hear the Pyrenees Mountain has been added to that list.
We definitely will get to the Pyrenees Mountain one day. We've got lots of places and lots of time to go. Yeah, he's a great, sweet dog. And he is one of those dogs, whenever he was turned into a shelter, he had a collar that said best friend. And he really is looking for
That's
his
right.
best friend.
That was him.
That was him.
All right, everybody, if you don't remember or if you didn't see it, this dog was dumped at the shelter and he had a collar or a leash or something or both that said best friend still on him. And his best friend dumped him at the shelter. So, and they told him he's a surrender. He's probably going to die if he can't get a commitment. All right. Look at Miss. Look at Gemma. Jimmy. Gentle.
Jimmy.
What the hell is her name? Heart. Heart Gem. She's not
I'm
a peep.
surprised none of my dogs are barking. Like
Why not? Mine aren't either. Oh, mine are outside doing zoomies.
mine are right here and they're not barking. That's-
Wow.
Mine aren't either.
Hey, Snoopy, guess what? Nobody's taking you seriously.
Well, and it's my German Shepherd who keeps starting it. He actually hasn't started any of the barking today. It's been hard.
Okay, well, and that's not unusual because there's usually, except for your case, you are actually exception to the rule sometimes. Typically, the same dog is going to start the barking every time. Now, this is with dogs that's been there. They got their feet planted. They know their place. That's what I'm talking about. You're going to have one dog that's confident enough to start the barking. Okay. And then they're going to request assistance from the others. That's when they come running. And usually it's within that fourth or fifth bark, the pitch change. That's the request for assistance. So that's what makes it easy to partner with them. Let's go with him. The other dogs
we
won't
get
have to go.
We get apps that people like dogs barking because especially I live alone and I know nobody's coming in my house.
That's
When,
right. You rely on your dogs, just like
If they want
Melanie
a
does.
barker, he is a phenomenal barker. He does enjoy.
He's got a big bark, definitely.
Big bark.
And I think Miss Heart Gem is going to end up with a big bark.
Yeah, she barks when people come to the door, or if our other dog barks. She has.
Okay. Now, she got a big bark yet? Or does anybody take her serious?
No, my other dog takes her serious. She'll start the barking sometimes.
All right. My Kuvas, bless her heart, they don't have big barks like the Great Pyrenees.
Oh, they don't?
No, not really. But they got something different. They were taking down the Russian and German soldiers at World War II because they were attacking the farm. They were taking them down. So I guess they don't need the bark. Right? They mean business, and they do. So they're a little bit different. Akbash, a little bit different. And I've had a few over the years, and they're great. I mean,
I think one of mine, I'm going to get him, the almost 2-year-old. I talked to you about him a while ago, and you said you think that he has Akbash in him.
Does he have that curl at the end of his tail?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That's kind of classic. That's very defined on the Akbash like that. Maremma has it. They're not as defined. Pyrs don't have it. The Pyr whole tail curls. The Akbash has that extra one at the end.
Well, I'll find out. I have a wisdom test here for him.
Gotcha. But old Mr. Pickles here, I mean, man, I'll tell you, he's a good-looking boy. They seem to bloom. They seem to grow physically faster than the Great Pyrenees because every young one I've seen, they were at full adult size by the time they were 6 months, 7 months old. And,
oh, yeah, he's bigger than any of my dogs.
Well, Akbash, they're not a giant breed. They're slender and they're tall.
Yeah,
so
he's tall. That's what it is he's tall. Yeah. He's really tall.
But average weight, I don't look at Google because they're all over the place. What we've seen over the years, average weight for a male Akbash that's in good, healthy shape, about 90, 95 pounds. They're just deceiving because they got such long legs, but they're slender because they're agile now. They can move, they can turn on a dime and give you change. And look at that. Is that a toy there? Look at him, look at me. Is he going to eat me? Hi, Skippy.
Yes, he's ferocious.
Is he looking at me or is he looking at you, Jamie?
He's oh my God, he's so cute. We got to get him adopted.
Yeah, we got to get him adopted. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The car. Something's wrong with the car.
Okay. And there I just got good news. I found out something's wrong with my car. So anyway, yeah, cool, huh? We're on overtime anyway, so let's go ahead and wrap it up there, Melanie. Why did I just call you Melissa? Let's go ahead and we'll let you finish, though. I know you're not finished. I don't want to get beat up by you.
No, I just, he is very high energy, particularly for a Pyrenees. He is very puppy. So we think he's about 1.5 years. He is definitely still very much a big 95-pound puppy. So wherever he goes, it needs to be a place where he has room to run and play. But whenever he's done running and playing, he wants to cuddle with this person.
Yeah, and Jamie's never going to let me live that down and about me getting a puppy. I know that.
That's fantastic.
But, so Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org, that's where Snoopy is. And Snoopy is in Texas, but he can hitch a ride to the Northwest, right?
Yep.
He probably won't get on an airplane like what does, but
he can go to the East Coast too.
And that's right. I forgot about that. I got to remember that. They have transport up northeast too. So,
yeah. And
I don't know about spots in between. That's up to the rescue. So I know there's quite a few dogs up there now, aren't there? In the northeast.
Oh yeah.
Good. Cool. So that's another good dog. So is this the run on dogs that people scratching their heads saying, who didn't want this dog? Is Snoopy one of those?
He is. He is an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, that's what I asked Ashlie about Pickles because that's what made me think of it. I said, who didn't want this dog? He's a good boy, other than Puppy.
He's very puppy.
He's very puppy. So's him.
Yeah, but he's easy to
fortunate-
train because he's super food motivated. Like you have food and he'll do whatever you want. He does great with the routine. He knows like when it's time to come in, he'll go get in his crate. When it's time to go for the day, he gets in his crate when it's time for food. Like he does
Cool.
great with the routine.
Awesome. All right. Okay, Melanie, thank you. Callie, thank you very much for bringing this beautiful girl's heart gem. I can never get that name right off the tip of my tongue here.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you so
having us.
much. Yeah, you really done her good, and so has Scout and your kids. And it's a team effort, wasn't it?
Yep.
So, and that's another puppy. So, but she appears to be a little younger than us. So,
Turn the car off.
but anyway, well, we're gonna do Snoopy's video as our exit video this week, and we're gonna do it that way. As soon as I find it, there it is. All right, everybody, bye.
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 Bye.